Yeah, hey, I'm Christoph. I'm also known as the Pitch Doctor, not Dr. Pitch. Come on, dude, branding. After we heard from all of these great countries how amazing they are, I think it wouldn't be fair to Berlin if it was now me talking about how amazing Berlin is. So what I want to do is I want to pitch you my startup, which is called Berlin, and we're in the startup home as a service business. Before I get into what our startup actually does, I want to give you a little bit of a company history. Because our startup was actually founded in 1237, so we're definitely later stage. We were going strong for quite a while there. Then unfortunately, we got a really, really terrible CEO in 1933, and we almost went bankrupt because of it in 1945. Thankfully, we got investors in that bailed us out. They got rid of the old CEO, gave us a new lease on life. Unfortunately, as it happens, those investors then started fighting amongst each other, so we actually had to do two products for a while, one for capitalists and one for communists. And that's obviously terrible because as a startup, you really need to focus. So we were very happy when in 1989, this ended, we got new investors yet again, and we started working towards the vision that we have for our product today. So what's the problem that we're solving with our product? Okay, let's imagine you're doing a startup. You have an amazing idea, okay? It's gonna change the world. Now you need to build a team, and you need to find a place to put your foosball table. And you need a place to put that, and you need to know which city are you gonna move to with your startup. Now your first thought might be Silicon Valley, San Francisco. Yeah, right, like you're gonna do that. Yeah, right, like you're gonna do that. Seriously? No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to San Francisco right now. So what are the other options? We just heard about Australia. Australia is great, but we also heard one really important word, beaches. You're not going to get shit done in Australia because beaches, that's where you're going. Australia is just too bloody sunny and too bloody pretty for you to get any work done. Do you like surfing? Do you like surfing? It's way too surfy. You're not going to get shit done in Australia. And oh, by the way, you remember what happens every time you see a cat video online, right? Can you imagine walking to your office in Australia and seeing this? You're not going to walk to the office. You're going to stand there and look at the frickin' koala for like 5 hours. And then you say, okay, now I got to go to the office. You walk like one more block and you see this guy. And you're like, that's so cute. I'm staying here. And then you say, but I really should get some work done. And then you go in there, and then this guy shows up, and then the day is over, and you go have beers, and you go to the beach, or whatever. My point being, in Australia, you're not going to get shit done. We heard about Chile. Chile is really cool. Unfortunately, it's too cool. When you're in Chile, you want to have adventures all the time. It's just an amazing place. You're not going to sit in the office and work. You're going to buy a car. You're going to drive to Patagonia, you're driving to the Atacama Desert, whatever you're going to do, you're not going to get shit done. And also, the food. Do you know that in Chile they put avocado and mayonnaise on hot dogs? It's amazing. But after one of those, and maybe even two, you're not going to get work done. So you're screwed again. Japan. I haven't been to Japan. Hopefully I'll go. But can you imagine being in a country where you can just turn on the TV and there's the most amazing sport ever on TV all the time? I don't think you're going to get shit done. And when we're talking about too yummy, how do you feel after like 10 pounds of sushi? Are you going to get work done? No. So you're screwed again. Bahrain? Really? We heard about it? $6.50 for a beer? Like that's a good thing? I'm not sure. I think the problem in Bahrain is they have good jobs there. So people don't have to work for your shitty little startup. They can work in a bank, they can work in tourism, they can make some serious money, so nobody's going to work in your startup. So what's left? Europe is left. Or more specifically, the EU. The second biggest market in the world. I think that's where you really want to be. When we talk about the EU, hello London, bye-bye London. Not going to work. We're talking about the EU, so sayonara. How about Stockholm? Stockholm is a great place. But when you look at Swedish people, you're not going to get shit done. You're going to be distracted the entire time. Rome? No. You don't want to be in a city where there's pressure to dress up and look amazing every single time you step out of your apartment. When I'm a founder, I don't even want to shower in the morning. And don't get me started on Amsterdam. Because you might be able to withstand their distractions, but your coders sure won't. So nobody's going to get shit done in Amsterdam yet. But don't worry, because we have a solution to all of those problems. It's called Berlin. Berlin, where dressing up is not a problem. Berlin, where too pretty is not a problem. Where too sunny definitely is not a problem. Berlin, where too yummy is also not a problem. And Berlin, where too sexy definitely is not a problem. We have our beta out right now. We know we still have some work to do on the front end, but that's okay, because our product vision is amazing, and that's where we're going to go. There's definitely no good jobs in Berlin. Actually, our former mayor coined the phrase poor but sexy for Berlin. A couple of years ago, it's been the motto of the city ever since. To make sure there are no distractions, we surrounded Berlin by this. We call it Brandenburg, and there's no way you're going there on the weekend. You're going to spend your weekend coding, which is what you should do. If you need a little bit of a break, we have the best nightclubs in the world for that. Berlin has always been a very creative city. We come up with solutions to problems. If this guy was able to do his best work in Berlin, so will you. Berlin is also perfectly situated right in the middle of Europe, so it's very easy to get anywhere else if you want to do business in other cities. And this is only going to get better once we open our new airport in 2007. Well, that didn't work. 12, no. 15, no. 2018, we're going to open it. Maybe. I want to be honest with you. Berlin is not perfect. Our product has a couple of bugs left. For one, most of our product runs in the English language, which is really important for foreign people. But there's still some places where German is needed. And this being an actual German word, well, good luck. Also, we know that Germans, and especially Berliners, are grumpy. All of us. Well, almost all of us. But we tend to be grumpy, okay? So you have to be able to deal with that. And also we know we have way too many hipsters in Berlin. But we have our best people working on fixing those bugs. So they are going to be a thing of the past very soon. Now I hear you thinking, but isn't Berlin part of a bigger product package called Germany? And yes, while that is technically true, Berlin is not really Germany. So when you use our product, you don't have to use any of the weird features that the product Germany has, like this, and like this, and like this. We don't do any of that in Berlin. Now, you probably want to know, what is our business model? Our business model is very simple. We have in-city purchases. So from soft drinks to haircuts, whatever you're buying in Berlin, we take a commission on everything. And also, when you sell your startup, when you're successful, we take 50% of that money and we call it taxes. And yes, in Germany, you have to pay your taxes. I did a little slide showing you how Berlin is beating everybody else, okay? I think it's self-explanatory. Do we have traction? Yes, we have traction. We already have 3,000 tech startups in Berlin. And now you might ask, are they any good? And I'll tell you, they're fucking great. Here is a few of the best ones. You probably know all of them. Very, very big successes. The most important thing in every startup is the team. And we have an amazing team. And even more importantly, we have a great advisory board that's going to help us get to our vision. Now, the question for you is really just, do you want to be this guy? Or do you want to be that guy? It's your choice. Thank you.